Oh my goodness, the Wholesome Direct on June 6th was so good. I basically wishlisted every single game that wasn't already on my wish list. Of course, seeing all those game announcements was also quite overwhelming since there was a lot to process. 53 games to process, in fact. So I wanted to take this time to talk about 10 games that I'm most excited for after seeing the Wholesome Direct. There's definitely a game out there for everyone, so if you don't agree with my list, that's okay. Leave me a comment on what your most anticipated games are, and let's celebrate all these amazing games coming out. So without further ado, let's get into the list. First off, at number 10 is Froggy Brews, a cute little narrative adventure game about a frog who returns to their old neighborhood to brew teas and fix everyone's problems. I really like the art style. It's incredibly cute and cozy to look at, which is perfect since the teas look really inviting. I was really intrigued by the tea brewing mechanic that was shown, where it seems to be a Tetris puzzle to add the ingredients. You can also choose the teacup that you want, and there's a lot of different fun varieties. There are other mini games that I'm curious about as well. I really want to know why Froggy is practicing throwing ninja stars, so I downloaded the demo and I'm hoping to be able to play the game soon and find out. Coming in at number 9 is Dressmaker. I really appreciate the art style in this shop simulation game. I've been seeing a lot of shop simulation games in 3D, so I really wanted something different, and Dressmaker fits that category to a perfect T. It blends 2D art and 3D modeling of the dresses to create something really classy looking. I love how involved the process of making a dress seems, and all of the decoration and combinations of fabrics that you can use to make the gorgeous gowns is just so inviting. This seems like a really creative space, and I can't wait to make my own dresses and see what dresses y'all make as well. At number 8 is Tinkernest, a crafting colony sim game where these really cute tanuki creatures are working towards building a little home for themselves. The pixel art is very cozy and the tanukis are really cute. I like that you can experiment with a crafting system. A lot of games do not let you craft something until after you find the recipe, so I do appreciate a game that allows you to craft freely and experiment to see what you can make. There are also some dark tunnels underground that you can explore if you're tired of all the coziness above ground, so I'm intrigued to find out how the tunnels play into the game. Comfortably at number 7, we have Petal Runner, which follows the adventures of Kelly the human and Kira the foxy sidekick in this open world RPG, where they both are making deliveries as petal runners. The pixel graphics just throws me back into the time of the Game Boy Color era. I love the palette of the city and how amazing it looks. All the buildings and interiors and mini games just look very polished and so fun. I'm also super intrigued about the virtual pets in this game. I am such a huge fan of virtual pets like Tamagotchi, and I cannot pass up a game that has this feature. I've downloaded the demo for Petal Runner right away, so look out for a Let's demo coming soon. I haven't played it yet, but I'm super excited to start when I do. At number 6 is Croakwood, a city building management game where you are creating a little paradise for a bunch of frogs. The thing that caught my attention right away about the game is the ability to design and create your own structures, as well as decorating the interior. A lot of city building games do not get this granular, and I think that being able to design at this intricate level is going to allow me to build a little bit more attachment to the residents of Croakwood. I like how the trailers showcase things that the frogs could do, and I can only imagine watching them living out their cozy life after I build a really nice city for them. The environment looks very peaceful, and I am a little bit jealous that they get to live here. I'm very excited to play Croakwood whenever it comes to early access in the winter. Before we get to the top 5, I just wanted to sneak in here and remind you to like and sub to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out and it helps the channel out so much. So thank you so much if you've already done that. Okay, let's get back to the top 5 list. Of course, coming in at number 5 is Loftia, the farming and life sim MMO where you can hang out with your friends as you build towards a more sustainable future in the clouds. Loftia is coming out in early access in fall of 2026. I'm a Loftia partner and I was able to play the closed beta playtest and had a blast. I am so excited to start playing regularly to get those cute costumes and develop my little floating island. There are so many more adventures to be had in this beautiful world, and I'm really curious to see where the story is going. I'm super excited for more people to experience Loftia when it comes out in early access, and of course, if you see me in the game, then come over and say hi. I would love to see you. Coming in at number 4 is Moonlight Peak, a farming and life sim game where you play as a vampire with magical abilities to help you farm. The new trailer really showed off the town and the other things that you can do beyond your farm, and it has me quite interested since when I was playing the demo, I was only allowed to move around my farm. There's a lot of cool buildings and supernatural NPCs to meet in town, and it seems like there's also a lot of fun minigames to play, from a card game to floral arrangements and even cross-stitching. The scope of the game seems pretty massive, and I can't wait to unlock more vampiric abilities to help me farm even more magically, decorate my home, and find that special someone when the game releases on July 7th, 2026. At number 3 is 4-Leaf Fields, which is a cozy farming sim game where you are an incredibly small person living in this village with also equally small NPCs. I really like this perspective a lot. It reminds me of The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. I just really like the concept of being small while everything around you is really big. There are ginormous crops to grow and your best life to live as you expand the village and apparently gossip around town. This game can be enjoyed with up to 4 players, and I'm super excited to be able to play another farming sim game with my friends. There aren't too many farming sim games that will let you do that. I can think of Stardew Valley, Fae Farm, Luma Island, Sunhaven, and Dinkum to name a few off the top of my head, but I'm always looking forward to expanding the number of farming sim games that I can play with others, and 4-Leaf Fields looks like an absolutely fun time. My second most anticipated game is the release of Donchi Days in October of 2026. When I first played Donchi Days during a Steam Next Fest, I was hit with a wave of nostalgia for the Game Boy Advance era, with its graphics and playstyle just as I was with Pedal Runners for the Game Boy era. The Game Boy Advance era for me is pretty much the golden age of gaming because I love the pixel art styles, and I thought that the games there were very quirky and fun. This game especially reminds me of Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak in the way where you can wander around the world and help solve everyone's problems. I really like the wacky little mini games that you can play, and I just cannot wait to help Hoshino and Maro Q bring life back to this neighborhood by throwing the best summer festival ever in honor of Hoshino's grandmother who has dementia and can't hold it anymore. I'm excited to experience this no doubt heartwarming story whenever it releases in October. Of course, my number 1 game coming out is Fields of Mystria. We finally have a 1.0 announcement date of August 5th, 2026, and that is just a couple months away. I have been putting off playing the game despite really loving my experience in early access because I wanted to experience the entirety of the game without interruptions and having to go back to figure out what I was doing whenever there was a new early access update. I'm extremely excited for Marriage and seeing the adorable kids. Just a glimpse of Juniper carrying her little bundle of joy has me jumping for joy. Oh my goodness. The devs also teased that 1.0 is only the beginning, so I cannot wait to see what other things are added to the game. Fields of Mystria definitely has a special place in my heart, and I'm just waiting for the release to really cement this. So what did you think about my list? There were 53 amazing games that were showcased at the Wholesome Direct, so let me know which one is your favorite, even if it's not on my list. That's the beauty of games, being able to really connect with what we're playing, even if we're not playing the same thing. Thank you so much for making it to the end. If you like any of the games that you've seen, whether through here or the Wholesome Direct, then please consider wishlisting them on Steam. Show the developers that you're excited for their game to come out. I definitely wishlisted basically every single game in the showcase. I'm just excited for cozy games to come out in general. Of course, I've downloaded a few demos, so I'll be playing through them and doing less demos on the channel. Look out for them in the next couple of days if you want to get notified, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye!